What's up, YouTube? Jay here. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Wanted to bring you an update on a new tank I've been working on. As any true fish addict knows, you can never have too many. But this is the new 10-gallon project I've been doing. So yeah, let's get into it. First thing to notice is there are absolutely no plants in this tank whatsoever. And there's not going to be, because this is going to be my hardscape only tank. I've been wanting to set up one of these for quite a while. There's a really cool channel on YouTube called ADG Vibe, where this guy sets up beautiful hardscape only layouts that are usually on a big scale, like 55-gallon plus aquariums. But yeah, hardscape, he only incorporates sand, rocks and stones, and driftwood. So obviously I'm not as good as that guy is. He's like a master at it. But this is my interpretation of what I wanted. It's not quite done yet, but I thought I'd show you guys. It's mostly done, so I thought I'd show you guys what I'm doing. Substrate is a sand bed. This is Crib C Sunset Gold, I think is the color. I picked it because it's more of a tan, natural looking sand. I didn't want it to be too white, so it is actually a really pretty color under these lights. But threw in some stones also. Got one piece of vertical driftwood. It was in my 5.5 gallon, but it was on its side, so you didn't really get to see that it's got like kind of a cool slit right up the middle. I don't know. My beta, who's not going to be in here long term, actually sleeps right there in that corner. And he also, I've never seen a beta do this, but he burrows. He made that little tunnel, and he kind of sleeps in between those rocks too. So pretty funny little fish. But yeah, the other thing you'll notice is it's got a 3D background in here. I think this is super cool. I ordered this from a company called Designs by Nature. If any of you like it, I'll put a link in the bottom to show you where I got it. But they make these beautiful 3D composite layouts that kind of resemble rock, but it's actually styrofoam. So I'll show you from the side. This is actually inside the tank. It's not on the background, it's inside the tank. You can see right here, like here's the tank border and here's the styrofoam. So it's not that wide, maybe 2 inches at its widest. As you can see, it does protrude out into the tank. It's got cracks and crevices and I don't know, it looks really real. It looks like real rock, but it's not. So this one was pre-cut to fit a 10-gallon tank, but they've got all sorts of sizes and different rock layouts and tree branches, and I don't know, it's a really good company. What else? Filters, I got a AquaClear 50 model on here, so it's rated for way higher than 10 gallons, so should be good to go, should keep the water crystal clear. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, lighting. Because this is a hardscape only tank and there's not going to be any plants in here, I didn't require high powered lighting, so I went with a Marineland single bright LED fixture. This is the 18 to 24 inch model. It's super sleek. It's not very thick at all. It gives off absolutely no heat whatsoever. I mean, it's completely cool to the touch. If you look in the reflection, you can kind of see what the lights look like. It's a bunch of small white diodes and then 3 blue diodes, which are the moonlight nighttime settings. So that's actually a really cool setting. It's not the blues. It's like really dim, but you can still see the fish, so you can see the fish at night, but they can go to sleep and not feel like, that they're being intruded upon. Overall, I really like this LED light for this tank. The pros are it's very energy efficient. It's only 6 watts, I think, so it hardly takes any power at all to run. The light's definitely different from a typical T5 or compact fluorescent. It's a very crisp, sort of clean light. At the same time, it's also not overpowering, so it's bright enough to light up the tank, but it doesn't like overwhelm the fish with its brightness. So I really like that for this tank, since there's no plants in here. I probably won't even turn the light on until at night when I'm at home, so there's no need to grow any plants, so there's no need to really have the light on for 10 to 12 hours a day. But I haven't had the light for very long, so I'll give a more extensive review later on. But that's about all it goes, or all that's going hardscape wise and equipment wise. Stocking is a different story. Right now you see my beta Merlin in here. He really is starting to turn into a pretty good looking beta. But yeah, I really haven't given a whole lot of thought on my final kind of stocking plan for this tank. In my head, I was kind of visioning what the hardscape would look like, because I don't know. I always like the aquascaping challenge of a new aquarium. I kind of like planning out where everything's going to go, kind of what the layout's going to look like. But as far as fish, I didn't really think at all what I was going to put in here. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys would hit me up on some suggestions on what I could put in here. Kind of what I'm looking for is a fish that has bright colors that kind of pop against the background. Like the sand is tan, the rocks are tan and gray, the wood's brown, background's brown and black. So I have a bunch of rich, earthy kind of, neutral tones. So I want a fish that kind of stands out. Like he's bright blue, so he clearly stands out against the rest of the colors of the tank. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I threw him in here because I wanted to get a sense of scale, as far as the size of the fish compared to the size of the tank. But yeah, so if y'all could, kind of give me some suggestions on what would be good for this tank, do take in mind that this is a 10-gallon, so in order to let the fish live kind of a healthy, successful life, you can't give me any, angelfish ideas or, pretty beautiful but 6-inch rainbow fish. It's got to be a relatively small fish that can go in here. I was thinking about moving my Julie Cory cats over from the 20 long just to see what they do with the sand. But I also was thinking maybe going with some White Cloud Mountain minnows, or I don't know. It could be a bunch of different things. So hit me up. This might also be a good shell dweller tank. So I don't know. Lots of possibilities. But anyway, that's about all I've got. So as always, for anybody that watches my vids and comments or subscribes, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the feedback. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. See ya.